Oh yeah. Oh Christ, it's gonna be painful. But let's get it over with. Oh man. All right, so the first Transformers film, I actually liked. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I can tell it's either between a 7 or 8 out of 10 for the very first Transformers film. I think it's an enjoyable film, the first one. However, everything after that, cinematically speaking, with Transformers has been literal dog shit. I mean, it's been bad, baby. It's been bad. Good God. And now we're on to number five. And I am about to. First off, I did not like Transformers last night. Didn't like it at all. So if you're like waiting on like edge of your seat, like, oh man, did Drell like it? I fucking hated it. So the just a heads up because we're about to dissect the shit out of this damn film. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get to it. First off, the humor. The humor. Where's the scene with my boy on horseback? Do I have that? Oh, I do have that. Okay, so the humor in this film is bad. I'm talking like so bad. For example, when oh shit. Okay, so when Isabella, actually, let me pull that image. When Isabella, the main the main little girl who's like, I think she's like 14 years old. Okay, when we're first introduced to Isabella, and she runs into these group of little boys, and when these little boys are like talking to her for the first time, and they're kind of like flirting with her, especially this kid and the glasses over here. Oh my god, the dialogue was so bad. It was so cringy bad. Jesus Christ, this kid in the goddamn glasses over here, when he was like, so you got a boyfriend? I was like, oh my god, kill me. Please God, kill me. The dialogue was so bad. It was so unfunny. None of the humor worked in this movie. None. There was one time, it was right after this sequence, once these robots get destroyed and Mark Wahlberg comes in, and there was one moment where Mark Wahlberg, he looks at a kid and he goes, hey, you want to get punched in the face? Huh? Yeah, I almost laughed. I almost laughed. But beyond that, just no. That one almost got me, but no, the humor in this movie was goddamn terrible. Jesus Christ. What's another good example? Okay, the comedian who plays the character Jimmy, I think his name is Gerard Carmichael. Oh my God! Every comedic line out of that fool's mouth, the character Jimmy, was so bad. Jesus Christ! There was one scene with Jimmy where he he gets shot, but like he gets shot with like a beanbag, and he like breaks through like this doorway or something like that. Mark Wahlberg is like, hey, you okay? And fucking Jimmy's on the ground like, oh my god. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but Jimmy was on the ground like, oh my god. If I see you, I just know I missed you, man. I don't know. He was just talking some bullshit. And Mark Wahlberg's like, yo, you dummy, you didn't actually get shot, man. It was a beanbag, buddy. Oh my god, that whole sequence was just like, I was just like, no, man, no, this is not funny. It's not funny in any sense of the fucking word. Jesus, stop it. Stop it all to hell. What else? What's another good example of terrible bad humor? Holy shit. Okay, so when we get to the castle that belongs to Anthony Hopkins, and Anthony Hopkins, he's got this butler robot motherfucker named Cogman. Cogman. For some reason, when I was watching the movie, I thought that Anthony Hopkins was saying Cartman, but it's Cogman. But anyways, so when we get to this castle here with Sir Anthony Hopkins, and he's telling Mark Wahlberg and I think it's Vivian about how Transformers have actually existed throughout all of human history. Oh my god, there's one moment where Cogman, his dumbass is in the background, like playing dramatic music really loudly and shit. And Anthony Hopkins was like, "Hey, can you stop that?" And I was like, that scene, those sequences were so unfunny, and so the cringes were so bad. This is the first time in a long time where I was cringing so bad I actually couldn't look at the screen. I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, it was so cheesy, and it was physically powerful. It was physically painful. It was that was a weird thing to say, but it was just painful. Damn it. Christ. Oh yeah, that's why I was showing him on horseback. Okay, so the beginning of the film, I'll be honest with you. The beginning of the film, I was like, fuck, because it starts with like this sword buckling shit in England in the Dark Ages, and I was like, you know what? Like, I mean, I've heard a lot of bad reviews, but like, this is actually really fucking dope. I mean, I like the lighting. There's some great sweeping shots. I was like, fuck, man, this it felt different too. Like, I was also like, damn, like, this is a Transformers movie, but like it's starting out with like this big epic sword battle. Like, damn, you're really getting a sense that like this is a big budget production. Like, this is a grand scale. It's actually like a war. There's no robots. I'm like, holy shit! Like, this is pretty fucking dope. But like, what if I actually like this Transformers movie, right? I was like, damn it. But you know what? Guess what? All the all that got completely erased as soon as we got to this sequence here, where we see Stanley Tucci as Merlin. Literally, all my hopes that this film is all of my hopes for like this film being good, possibly maybe, were thrown right out the fucking window. Because as soon as we're introduced to Marilyn, it's just cringy, cheesy, painful Michael Bay bullshit Transformer movie humor all up in your face. He's like drinking and just spewing out just these stupid, dumb lines of dialogue. Holy Christ. So yeah, good God, the humor was terrible. Another thing is that, man, shit, how long? Definitely put your feet up and get comfortable, guys, because I'm going in on this. I'm going in on this bitch. The film is way too long. It's 2 hours and 29 minutes. Listen, granted, I think that the previous film was longer, I think, but still, this 2 hours and like 30 minutes of Michael Bay explosions is just too fucking much. It is too much. My God, it's equivalent to like going to get a couple ice cream scoops, and someone just lays on 30 fucking scoops on that goddamn cone, and it just breaks all over your hand, and your fucking girlfriend looks at you, and you're just like, what? You know, that's what it's like. All right, just trying to consume all that ice cream when you only you only needed a little bit. I just felt fucking exhausted by the end of this film. Like, seriously, by the time we get to Marky Mark and gang in the submarine at the bottom of the ocean, it honestly felt like 3 hours and 30 minutes had passed by that point. Okay, I looked over. There was this bearded motherfucker like 4 seats over who literally was doing this. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. I was like, yo, the pacing is so off in this movie, and it's just way too long. And it just feels so bloated, with and also with like just meandering plot devices or scenes. For example, every sequence where Mark Wahlberg was in the junkyard, with his little ragtag group of Autobots, like, and there's that one sequence where he makes a call to his daughter, but Mark Wahlberg, he doesn't speak. Okay, yeah. All those sequences in the junkyard, honestly, I felt like they just felt so unimportant to the overall narrative of the film. So much so that, honestly, I feel like if you deleted if you just took out every single junkyard moment from the film and just deleted it, I feel like it would have zero effect on the overall narrative. Like there's just so many scenes like that where like it's almost like these weird filler scenes that like just they don't need to be there. You know what I mean? They just totally don't need to be there. Speaking of things that don't need to be there, Isabella. Okay, she Isabella. I've never seen her act before. I don't know if this is like her first time acting on screen or something, but her character is the most pointless character I have I have seen all year on screen. Like I've heard a couple people mention this, and I was like, man, it sounds like guys are being fucking harsh. I mean, she's kind of all over the trailers, no? Yo, it's no bullshit. Like, what was the point of this character to the overall narrative of the film? It's not like she never did anything substantial in the storytelling here. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be one thing if she was responsible for, like when Optimus Prime, when he goes evil. It'd be one thing if she was directly responsible for making Optimus Prime be good again, or she was directly responsible somehow for stopping Cybertron. If she did things like that, I'd be like, all right. But no, she's just like there for no apparent reason. It's just almost as if like Michael Bay and his group of 60 fucking writers, just sat in a room and they were like, fuck, what's another good way to get kids to watch this? Let's just throw a kid in there for no fucking reason. Let's just throw a kid in there for no reason. And then kids will see this kid in the trailer and they'll be like, oh my god, there's kind of like kid-like stories going on in the film. We can connect. Fuck. I don't know. Just, I really didn't get the point of her existence in this film as far as the character goes. Didn't get it. What else? Oh god, the plot structure is a complete jumbled mess and is facepalm inducingly dumb. Okay. I'm gonna try. This one I'm gonna have to read verbatim from my notes because the plot of this film is it's delivered to you in such an incoherent way. It's just like, what the fuck? All right, so this is what I gathered from the plot, and this is just all based on memory. All right, so the world governments are against Transformers and Apocalypse, and Optimus Prime is still gone. Mark Wahlberg has a warrant out for his arrest, so he's been living with Autobots in a junkyard. Meanwhile, Megatron returns. Just because? Yeah, he just returns just because. And the Earth is actually not the Earth. Turns out the Earth all this time has actually been Unicron. And then like these giant structures start growing out of the Earth, like these giant towers. What else here? And then Cybertron starts heading towards the Earth to just consume it, I believe. I guess just like swallow it up. And all of this is happening right now because, as you know, I guess just because. Sure, why not? And then we find out that we learned that Transformers have existed throughout all of human history, but that aspect has been kept secret. Which, that is the dumbest shit. So you mean to tell me that, like, these Transformers have been with us since, like, the dawn of time? Since, like, the time of Merlin? And, like, there were Transformers, like, fighting Nazis? And, like, what? Like, so prior to the events in the 2007 film, excuse me, you mean to tell me that humans had no idea, like the mass public had no idea that Transformers existed throughout human history? That is the dumbest bullshit I've ever heard of. That is crazy. You mean to tell me that Kanye's been walking around all this time and he ain't never heard not one motherfucker be like, hey man, hey Yeezy, let me tell you something, dog. You heard about these Decepticons? You heard about this goddamn Decepticons, man? The real bitch. Like, with nobody, nothing. Like, what? What? Like, no one, like, just accidentally Snapchatted the fucking Autobot, like, take it off into the sky. Anyway. And then we find out that the Witwickies, Shia LaBeouf's family tree is affiliated with those protecting that secret of Transformers being amongst us all this time. And then we find out that Mark Wahlberg and the character Vivian Wimberly, I think that's her name, are connected to that family tree as well. So they're special now. And Optimus Prime meets his creator, Quintessa, which I think I have a quick picture of this old witch bitch. Where's she at? Quintessa. God, the CGI on her was not very good. I should say it wasn't convincing anyway. But Quintessa, she is some evil robot goddess, I suppose, who wants to get back this magical staff that Stanley Tucci's Merlin had at the beginning of the film, and then she turns Prime evil and makes him go get it. By the way, one thing I didn't really understand. If memory serves, when we first see Optimus Prime in the film, he's just like all frozen, unconscious, and just like floating towards like Jupiter. His body's just like emitting like recordings of himself talking, you know what I'm saying? But somehow his body ends up as Cybertron perfectly. How did that happen? Like, did he program his body to line up completely 100% accuracy with Cybertron, and he just like went on a long nap as his body just like just bulleted to Cybertron? Like, I'm so confused. Like, how did he make it to Cybertron when the first time we see him in the film, his ass is not only unconscious, but it looks like he had been unconscious for a long time, you know what I mean? So, like, how did he end up in Cybertron? Like, I don't understand. Like, was he magnetized towards the fucking planet? Like, Christ. This movie, oh, Christ. What else? By the way, this Quintessa bitch was just poorly executed villain. Poorly executed. You would think that for this evil robot goddess that has the power to make Prime like evil and basically like riding like yeehaw, like riding Cybertron towards the Earth. You know what I'm saying? You would think you would want to flesh her out more. No. Okay. Great. They handled her worse than Marvel handles its fucking cinematic villains. But let's see here. And then Prime turns evil for a bit, and they saves the day. Who made this shit? Who wrote the plot structure of this film? Like, this shit is just a all over the place. If I did not write that down and I was trying to remember all that from memory, you just would have watched like 40 minutes of me being like trying to remember, because the movie is so confusing with its subplots and all this military jargon bullshit. I just don't get it. Like, that's another thing that bugs me about this film. Like, outside of the just nonsensical plot structure that's just a mess. Why are the humans such a huge focal point? You know what I'm saying? Like, why not just make the robots the main characters, or at least just put way more emphasis on the robots than the amount of time spent on humans in compared to the last films. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, man. Jesus Christ. What else that I hate about this film? I swear, I feel like the writers, honestly, they all snorted like a few lines, and they all just did 60 shots, and then they made up the plot of this film in like an hour. What's another thing that bugged me? Oh yeah, the medallion that grows attached to our boy Marky Mark. I think I have a image here. But yeah, he gets this round medallion that just like grows and gets attached onto fucking Marky Mark. Um, and then at the end of towards the end of the film, where these robots are just beating the shit out of Prime. This one robot's about to strike Prime, and Mark is just like, ah! And like a sword materializes in his hands, and he just stops. He stops this robot that's got to be like what, like 15, 20, 30 feet, whatever the fuck tall. Just stops this robot in mid swing, and there's just like this moment of Mark holding like this big ass sword, like and like I'm sorry, but I laughed. I laughed so hard. Just the concept of Mark Wahlberg, his puny ass stopping this giant robot from swinging on Prime with this sword. I just can't. This shit was just ridiculous. Man, I laughed hard at that part. Jesus Christ. The execution of Evil Prime, I thought was really, really underwhelming. Like, you could have made Prime being evil, you could have made that so dark, so visceral, so intense, you know what I'm saying? You could have really made him, like, almost beat Bumblebee to, like, the inch of his life, so that people in the audience were just like, oh my god, like, are they gonna go all the way? Or him like murdering people, and you're just like, what the fuck? I can't believe Michael Bay went there, Jesus. You know, just certain things you could have done with Evil Prime that would have been really emotive, and instead, it kind of feels like Prime was just evil for like 2 minutes. 2 or 3 minutes of the film, and then he's just back to being, I am Optimus Prime. Which, by the way, I'm so sick of hearing this motherfucker say his name. I'm so sick of Optimus Prime telling us that, or telling other characters that his name is Optimus Prime. It's just like, oh shit, oh god, it makes me want to kill myself. What else? Oh my god. Another thing I thought was crazy is when Prime and Bumblebee were fighting each other. Let me see. Do I have an image? Oh, I do have an image of that, yeah. When Prime and Bumblebee are fighting each other, bruh, the concept of Mark Wahlberg. Okay, think about how big these motherfuckers are. Okay, think about these two beings like swinging and like uppercutting each other and throwing each other around. And like this one moment where like Optimus Prime is on his back, he was still evil, and Mark Wahlberg just like jumps onto his torso, and he's like, Prime, you gotta stop, Prime, you gotta calm down. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What's wrong with you, Mark? Are you serious? You're still a human being. All Prime literally needs to do is just go, oh, fuck off, human, duh. And just literally just flick his ass, basically just flick his top torso across the ocean at 40 miles per hour, just guts and flesh just spewing everywhere, alright? Like, Mark, get out of there. What are you doing there? Like, why? Like, what? No, the last thing, like, he's talking to Josh Duhamel's character, and Mark is like, I gotta get Bumblebee's back. I gotta go help him out. I'm just like, what the fuck? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Granted, you know, he had the sword. Come on, this just fucking. It was so illogical. It's so illogical. Mark Wahlberg trying to talk a clearly crazed Prime back to his senses. Like, that's just so dumb. Like, literally, Prime could just like turn his shoulder towards Mark Wahlberg and could knock fucking Mark Wahlberg like 40 yards away. Oh, man. Jesus Christ. Is there anything else? Anything else I have to say? Another huge thing is that it's the same film that we've been experiencing for the past 10 years. It's the same plot devices. It's the same cringy fucking humor. It's the same fucking wacky, zany, little robots or Stanley Tucci like type characters, John Turturro. Like it's just, oh my gosh, it's honestly this is like it's just the same film, just rehashed again and again. It's just another rehash of Age of Extinction or Dark of the Moon, whatever the hell it was called. It's just ridiculous. Or again, towards the end of the film, Optimus Prime gives another mind-blowingly cheesy voiceover. With these during these times, penis. Like it's the same thing. they should end when Transformers films like that for real. They should, because we all know that Michael Bay, he ain't gonna stop. What the fuck? But I know he said this is the last Transformers film. It's not. I know these things, but like they should end the film one of these times with him just be like, "Penis, tits, find them." Where are they, Prime? What else? Oh yeah, another thing that kind of irks me is that like one thing that they've done repeatedly in these films is that I feel like the female leads, like this chick, her character name is Vivian. I think her real life name is like Laura Haddock, some shit. I can't remember. Anyways, her character name is like Vivian Wembley. Like I feel like, honest to God, just like Megan Fox. Just like that one actress, Rosie, from Dark of the Moon, who was the girlfriend of Shia LaBeouf. I just feel like this chick, in following suit in the cinematic Michael Bay Transformer films, I feel like, honestly, she was just really chosen for this role just because she's really hot. She's really attractive. I feel like that's... I mean, granted, she's supposed to be playing this character who has ties to the... Shia LaBeouf's family tree, who actually are really important to the Transformer lore now, the wikis, I just feel like, honestly, no bullshit, like, she was just chosen, and she's there just because she's just really attractive, and mostly that. Honestly. And that's just kind of frustrating, because you could have made a really great female character. Holy fuck. What else do we got? I got you. So, in the third act, with Vivian and Mark Wahlberg, which has them chasing after that powerful magical staff that belonged to Merlin, right? I think I actually have a snapshot of these fools just running literally somewhere. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, so in the third act of the film, they still run after that staff to retrieve it. And I swear to God, this sequence is one of the best examples of incoherent, just sensory overload, visual CGI noise that I have ever witnessed in my entire life. Like, there is so much unbelievable, nonsensical things happening around them as they are running through like these moving and zero G filled, shape shifting, explodey environments. Like, it's just the fact that these fools are not receiving substantial injuries or dying as they are going after this staff. I mean, they're like sliding down like these giant, like, exploding environments, and like things are like zero G'd, and like these pieces of the Cybertron are just like flinging everywhere, and there's just explosions. It's just like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? How are these two living? How did these two not die like 100 minutes ago? Like, what the fuck? I mean, like, it's just like, I have no idea what's happening. You know how when you're watching a really bad action sequence and there's just like shaky cam all over the fucking place, you're not really sure what's going on? This was basically equivalent to that when these two were running after the staff for the final time. Like, I was just like, what I almost feel like Michael Bay like he was just like, just put this on the screen. Yeah, shake this camera up a little bit. Yeah. Just make them go in 0G for no reason. Yeah. Throw her over there. It's just, oh man, oh my god. It's just like being on a really bad herky jerky roller coaster ride. It was just like, oh fuck. Anyways, yeah, just the fact that they didn't get killed or super injured, and they just kind of walked away from retrieving the staff, just perfectly fine, was just like so unintentionally hilarious and just baffling. Oh fuck. Positives. Positives. I actually did have some positives, surprisingly. The cinematography is solid. I mean, the film. I mean, it just looks on point. I mean, you throw this bitch on some huge, the biggest 4K screen you can find, the biggest IMAX screen that you can find. It looks good. I mean, it just does. It really does. And sound design, the music, whatever. It's so forgettable. But the sound design, however, is psychotically good. Okay, if you play this thing on like 7.1s, 5.1 surround sound, your nipples are going to get hard in 3.5 seconds. I mean, seriously, the sound design, it's crazy. I cannot imagine what this would sound like on some cranked up subs, and you're just sitting in the middle, just surrounded by some big ass speakers. Holy Christ! You would think that the Transformers have entered real life for real. It's mind blowing. Sound design. It's pretty extraordinary. Just the sounds, the burps, the bleeps of the Transformers, or the sound of them shape shifting, it really is extraordinary, I must say. I mean, there are certain moments with Prime, like in this sequence right here, where I mean, there are certain moments with Prime where he looked borderline photorealistic. It's just like, holy shit! It just feels like if I just zoomed in as much as possible, like the texture would just get realer and realer. It's really, really impressive. And what's another positive? There are a couple moments of bearable action sequences. I thought that Bumblebee versus Evil Prime was it was decent. It was good. I thought that the war sequences at the beginning of the film in the Dark Ages, I thought that was done. I thought it was done well. Another example of a bearable action sequence was there was one moment where Bumblebee, he like disassembles himself, and Bumblebee is in pieces, but then like he brings himself back together, and simultaneously he's just like beating the fuck out of all these soldiers who had their guns pointed at Mark Wahlberg. I thought that sequence was just like whoa, Michael, like it's quite a thought. I wish this sequence kind of existed in a great film with workable humor, but it's a really interesting visual idea. I was just like, damn. What else? Any other positives? The only other positive that I have is that it's not the worst film of the year for me. And I know that might surprise some of you guys who really, really hate the Michael Bay Transformers films, but if I'm being honest and objective, I don't think it's the worst film of the year, because it's not completely devoid of any positives, in my personal opinion. That's what makes it 1 out of 10. For example, Resident Evil, the final chapter, that is not only a 1 out of 10, but honestly, I still think, just by a few hairs, I still think that Resident Evil, the final chapter, is still the worst film that I personally seen so far this year. It's a 1 out of 10. I think that movie is atrocious. So I don't think that Transformers is worse than that, surprisingly, but make no mistake, this film is still a shit show. This is the worst Transformers Michael Bay film so far, and that's quite a fucking achievement. My God, because 2 through 4 were just oh, just a mountain of fails, just a mountain of L's. Good lord. I'm feeling a two, feeling a 2 out of 10 for Transformers 5, The Last Night. Holy Christ! And with that, I think I finally concluded everything everything that I had to say about this. Yeah, it's a 2 out of 10 for me. It's fucking, it's basically it's Sharknado at this point. It's so off the rails that like it's almost difficult to conceive of a 9 or 10 out of 10 cinematic Transformers film at this point. My God, I actually have another pretty hilarious video about Transformers that I'll probably be uploading in a day or two that I think you guys will enjoy. Little parody video that I came up with. But yeah, 2 out of 10. It's terrible. But I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Let me know your thoughts down below. I cannot begin to tell you how difficult it was. Like, I was almost like, oh, maybe I should just skip the review and just act like I never saw it. Like, oh man, you know. But I was like, you know what? No, no, no. Let's not even do a short video. Let's just struggle through the pain and actually get super specific about this film. Because I could tell this is one of those films that like a lot of people aren't going to want to get specific with and kind of just like curve, because it is just so bludgeoning, just so dumb, this movie. My God, so many discrepancies, so many red flags, intellectually speaking, narrative speaking. Anyways, but if I keep talking about this anymore, I'm just going to be rambling. But yeah, it's a 2 out of 10 for me. But what did you think of the 5th installment of Michael Bay's Transformers films? Do you think that Michael Bay is actually done directing Transformers? Because I sure as fuck don't. What do you think about the film? Let me know down below. Definitely make sure to smash that like button and subscribe as well. And I'm out. Boy, can't believe I actually went ahead and completed this review. Thank God. Good Lord. God, stop, Michael. Damn, stop. The chick who plays Vivian is fine as hell, though.